What is in a name? Many of us folks from Phil Campbell, Alabama, never gave much thought to our town's quirky name. But little did we know, it would be through this seemingly random name that many of us would find inspiration when we needed it the most. This is the story of one simple name, the people that shared it, and how they not only helped restore my community in a time of tragedy, but also founded one of their own. This is the story of Phil Campbell.
It was 1993. I was in college at Northwestern. My roommates and I were sitting around drinking, dateless, watching cable, and hee-haw comes on. It's time where they say howdy to the folks of a specific town somewhere in middle America. And this time around, they said howdy to the folks of Phil Campbell, Alabama. A few moments passed after they did this, and one of my roommates says, "Phil, isn't that your name?" Showed up and it was so amazing. There were like city limit signs, there were police cars, there was water towers with my name on it. I just got so incredibly excited about that. I was wearing a tie. I felt like this was an important moment in my life. I don't know why. But I got out and I introduced myself to the police officer. And from there, he called up the city clerk and she came out and she went to a file cabinet. Pulled out a file and she opened it up and there were all these other Phils who had come through. This was a folder filled with business cards and small letters and postcards and stuff of other Phils who've been through the town. I announced right on the spot, I am bringing back all the Phil Campbells to Phil Campbell, Alabama. And here are some of the letters that I got back in 1995 from Phil Campbells from all over the country. We have a judge. Here's a Phil Campbell running for judge in Van Wert County. I'm not sure where that is. This one sent me his resume. Fayetteville, Georgia, sent me his resume and work experience. We would like to join in the fun of Phil Campbell, Alabama this coming spring, summer. My dad, Phil Sr., would very much like to be mayor or police chief. People from all over the country saying, yeah, let's do it. Let's have a convention of Phil Campbell's in Phil Campbell, Alabama. We had 22 Phils and a Phyllis show up, basically from New Hampshire to California. Now, in retrospect, it was like the first flash mob.
This is the section of the Phil Campbell party from Wisconsin.
That was kind of a special place. You know, Betsy and I were there, and the girls were there, and the girls swam in the pool, and we ate in the pavilion, and met all the other Phils that were there. Yeah, it was just a really super great time.
The fact that people showed up was, wow, you put an idea out into the world and people will respond as if this was important. And it wasn't, but it was. In terms of meaning, it was always something a little more than a stunt for me. There was some kind of significant insignificance of what it was about. So the years passed. I graduated from Northwestern. I became a journalist. I burnt out on journalism. I tried to manage a political campaign. That failed. But I wrote a book about the experience, and I was starting on my second book. At one point in 2010, as I'm trying to write, I get bored. So I went to Wikipedia, and I looked at the entry for Phil Campbell, Alabama, and I saw that there was actually history on the Phil Campbell convention. After I did the 95 convention, they tried to keep the convention going. And That didn't work. After the Phil Campbell conventions were done, people had complained about the town catering only to Phil Campbell's and not to Phil Campbell residents. That complaint gave birth to the town's annual hoedown. And I got excited all over again, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to go to the town festival? I had to do it. I connected with the town to find out who I could work with to bring the Phil Campbells to Phil Campbell, Alabama. I reached a woman named Rita Barton, and she was the organizer of the hoedown. I was told that the town was celebrating its 100th year of its incorporation as a town.
Phil called me one night to talk to me about the Phil Campbell Convention. And he decided that since we was having our festival in June, that he'd like to come that time too. So we're just making it one big thing.
By February, I got an email through Facebook from a guy named Andrew Lee who said he was a documentarian and would love to make this into a documentary. And the fact that Andrew was a resident of Phil Campbell was perfect.
This June, my town is hosting a Phil Campbell convention, and as part of the convention, we've decided to invite everyone across the world who shares the name Phil Campbell to come to our town to celebrate.
Today is March the 3rd, and we had our first meeting here at the Rescue Squad building. We basically went over the agenda of what all we're going to be doing, like planning for the hoedown and the convention. It takes a while to do all this. I always start at the beginning of the year, but this year there's a little bit more to have to do. Okay, what all do we want on the shirts, or do y'all have any ideas?
Have a bobcat running trying to catch a train.
A couple of bobcats holding up the train.
Chasing all the Phil Campbells. I didn't get to see them the last time that they come, and I'm really getting eager about meeting them and everything. Is there any way that we can get somebody to kind of help clean up Phil Campbell before the Phil Campbells come into town in June? I like to see everything get real pretty and stuff for them.
You're looking at them.
I kind of want to get the Phil Campbells involved in doing different things. I know I've had several of them to comment that they would like to do things to help us. Me and Andrew have been talking to Phil Campbell. He seems to think that if, after the hoedown, that he could probably get us some real good corporate sponsorship. Paint these stores, clean this town up, fix the sidewalks, put light posts up downtown like we was wanting to begin with. We want to make this town better. We're trying to think ahead a little bit. I want new businesses to come in.
The brightest are the first ones to leave, and you can't blame them because with their degrees they go to the larger cities and they can have a good income. Until we get some good paying jobs in the smaller towns, it will be an exodus.
I'm reaching out today to the internet because we need your help. I'm working with a Phil Campbell in Australia
G'day, this is Phil Campbell from Bendigo, Victoria, Australia.
and a Phil Campbell in Great Britain
I'm Phil Campbell from the UK.
to ask you to help us find all the Phil Campbells.
In addition to the Phil Campbell Convention, you're also the author of a book which inspired a movie called Grassroots. What can you tell us about that?
The father of Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal, Stephen Gyllenhaal, he is a Hollywood director. He read it and loved it, and he's turning it into a movie. Jason Biggs of American Pie fame, he's playing me.
He plays you.
Yeah. And when we've seen, it's a pretty good resemblance.
We have a clip.
Yeah.
Can we show the clip,
Show the
please,
clip.
Josh?
They have a Phil Campbell hoedown.
No.
The Phil Campbell hoedown is going to happen, and we're going to show up during the Phil Campbell hoedown and just join the people of Phil Campbell, Alabama. Now I had a video. Now I had a media story. And so from there, I tried to spread it.
Hello there.
I'm Phil Campbell.
I'm Philip Campbell.
And I'm Phil Campbell.
Is your name Phil Campbell? If it is, then Phil Campbell, Alabama is looking for you.
I got the illo in the Wall Street Journal. It's like I have something in common now with Dick Cheney and Goldman Sachs CEO. And that was amazing. I was so excited. But I thought that would be the end of it. And I go, great story. No, it kept going.
This is Dan Damon with World Update. Come June, the tiny town of Phil Campbell, Alabama will celebrate its 100th anniversary with a Phil Campbell convention.
How are you, Phil?
How you doing?
We told the story recently enough about you and your quest. It is an amazing quest. I think that Peter Jackson should down tools on the Hobbit movies, and this is the quest he should focus on.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And sometimes you want to go where your name is the place you go.
I thought when this actually happens, there are going to be so many reporters in this little town. This is going to be the biggest media storm this town has ever seen.
Y'all, this is what Gary Wayne come up with for the shirt. Y'all look at it real good. And this is what Tennille's come up with. Do we need to go ahead and vote on which ones we want on this? Y'all look at all these real good now. I might need to go ahead and take it to her tomorrow. All that we would have is the Bobcat.
Tornado. Oh, we used to be the Tornadoes.
Yeah.
Before we were the Bobcats, we were the Tornadoes. You didn't know that?
Did you know that, Andrew?
The part of the history is what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's getting at, is the history behind.
All right, well, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
I like it better than I do too. So you want that one? That's it.
Phil Campbell, you should be in your tornado shelter right now. You should be in your tornado shelter. That means in a center room of your home, in a basement, in a storm shelter, pillows, blankets to protect yourself in the event of flying debris. There's a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is not Doppler indicated. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground, and you need to be seeking shelter right now.
10-4. Phil Campbell 3 to 911. I got rotation coming through Phil Campbell right now.
Your name, well, I'm at. You have rotation at Phil Campbell. I'm sitting here looking at it. Right above 337. Franklin home.
Send it right at us. Get someplace safe.
You have 6 messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. Hey, Phil, this is Rita. I don't know how to tell you this, but our town's wiped out. I need you to call me.
I woke up the morning of April 28th, and the first thing I saw was I had a voicemail. As I sorted through what I could, it seemed that a very powerful tornado had cut through the southern end of town. Wreckage everywhere, upturned trees, overthrown cars, houses gone, people missing. Bad, really bad.
This is Christopher Arthur live once again from downtown Phil Campbell, covering the latest in the disaster response from Wednesday's EF5 tornado. They've estimated winds as high as 215 miles per hour with this tornado.
1% of all tornadoes in the United States are EF5s, 1 in 100. That's how rare they are.
Those typically tend to be long-lasting. They don't get down and lift up. They tend to stay on the ground for dozens and dozens of miles. So you had a 1-mile wide monster that had done catastrophic damage in Hackleburg, crossed the Franklin County line, came up into Phil Campbell and did the same type damage there.
I was working at CB&S Bank, and we got all in the vault and everything to be safe, but when it was over, we just had a destruction through Phil Campbell. It was horrible.
We started walking around through the neighborhood, and that's when I saw just how bad things were. I had neighbors just a couple of hundred yards away from me that completely lost everything.
When I responded out here, it was like my worst nightmare had just come true. I'd never seen anything like it or been around anything like the devastation that I walked upon when we came in that afternoon.
I enlisted a lot of volunteer help along the way to help take care of patients. We used doors from houses to move patients. You know, as soon as we could, we got a triage center set up, and then it became just searches to make sure that we'd found everybody that was alive.
But when I seen my neighbor's house is completely gone, nothing but the foundation or the floor left. Friends and neighbors dead. If that wouldn't change you or touch your heart, I don't know what would.
We heard the tornado coming. We ran to the basement, got in a closet, shut the door, and the tornado hit.
Things started piling in on me, and a huge filing cabinet fell on me, and then I was trapped. I was trapped for about an hour and a half, I guess, and they had to dig me out, basically.
As soon as it was over, my dad and my son got in the truck, and they got as far as our church, and they came back to the house and said that our church was gone, and my son said, "Mama, there are dead bodies everywhere."
First I heard a high-pitched whistle, and then we opened the door and we could see the back part as it went by. One male ran out and ran to where he could see the church, and he told me, he said, "It's all gone, the building's gone, and all the houses in the area's gone."
Jay told us to get in the bathtub, so we ran to the bathtub. Like, it shook the house, and you can like hear it coming, and that's all I can remember about it.
The tornado bust down the wall, and it was spinning the bathtub. That's all I remember about the tornado.
I lost my mom and my stepdad, and I lost one of my friends.
It's going to take a lot of healing. So many lives have been impacted. Children, we've lost children. We've lost faculty members, church members. It's going to take a long process of healing. It's going to take a long time.
The first Sunday after the storm had hit, we had the service on the parking lot, and I thought we needed to do that. That was very healthy for us emotionally, and then had a fantastic crowd that Sunday, perhaps close to 300 or more.
Saying goodbye to an old friend is never easy. I had to break off an old friendship of 33 years this week. We spent a lot of time together. I figured about 289,000 hours we spent together. So, old friend, it's not really a goodbye. We'll see each other but just not in the same setting.
There are 26 deceased in Franklin County. Patricia Gentry, Edgar Mojica, Sonia B. Trapp, Martha Pace, Edna Nix, Neela Black, Zan Black, Jack Cox, James Robert Keller Jr., Donald Ray Heaps, Jerry Dean Waller, Carol Dean C.D. Waller, Dagmar Layden, Donna R. Berry, Jack Tenahaff, Michael Allen Morgan, Charlene Crochet, Ricky Ethan Knox, Kelly Marie Thorne Morgan, Amy Crystal Leclerc, Claudia Mojica Policios, Don Gentry, Jay Leclerc, Georgia Scribner, Lester Hood, and Jeffrey Cawthon.
I'm here in Phil Campbell at the Phil Campbell Community Center. The people have gathered, they've lit their candles, they've said a prayer for the tornado victims. And what you see right here is really just a representation of what this community has done throughout this disaster, which has come together.
Being 800, 900 miles away as I was, and having gotten to know some of the people in town through the internet and through phone calls with Rita, it felt personal. And it felt like we should help. Phil Campbell's helping Phil Campbell. That phrase hit home really fast, and it made perfect sense, and it felt like all the quirky media coverage we had gotten before, well, maybe we can use that to some good, like actual good now. It's obvious that the media coverage is going to be big for this town and for this area in the first few days, and after that it'll peter out. What if we came 6 weeks later and kept to the date of the hoedown, and the media can then report on how the media always leaves after a few days? It seems to me that there's 3 parts here. Get the Phils together, try to tell the media story, reach back out to those journalists, and find money. I wasn't sure what it meant to keep the Phils together because I didn't know who was coming. This was suddenly a serious relief effort, not a vacation. It wasn't a stunt anymore. It wasn't a silly thing. And so they're going to be Phils dropping out because of that, quietly dropping out. I don't know. This is a virtual community. It's not a real community yet, and maybe it would never be. But I had to turn a virtual community into a real one by the time we actually showed up in Phil Campbell, Alabama.
Hi, I'm Phil Campbell, and I'm committed to helping the town of Phil Campbell.
I'm Phil Campbell,
and I'm committed to helping the town of Phil Campbell.
I'm Philip Campbell, and I'm
committed to helping the town of Phil Campbell.
I'm Phil Campbell,
and I'm committed to helping the town of Phil Campbell, Alabama.
Hi, I'm Jason Biggs, and I play a Phil Campbell in the upcoming movie Grassroots, and I too am committed to helping the town of Phil Campbell.
I was just shocked to find out that they're still wanting to come. A lot of them is wanting to come and assist any way they can, in helping us rebuild our hometown. I got to thinking about it, and I had a lot of friends that really wanted the festival, and I came to the conclusion that we need to brighten up Phil Campbell a little bit, put a little bit of smiles on the people's faces. I mean, I know we can't bring the deceased back, and we'll always remember them, but we have to go on.
I heard from Brooklyn Phil and Rita, and they told me that the convention was back on as a relief effort, and they kind of encouraged me to try to continue the documentary. I told them at first that I really didn't want to do it at all, because who wants to film people they know pick up parts of their house and clean up all that? I mean, who wants to film that? You'd rather be out helping those people. But Brooklyn Phil kind of convinced me that maybe we could use it as a fundraising tool and get the people some help. So I felt like it was something I could do, so I said, okay, let's do it.
Don't get a technicality and keep somebody.
There's 937 structures in the path of the tornado. 430 of those are in the city limits of Phil Campbell. And of those 430, 85% of those are destroyed or major damage. Is that right? 85% destroyed or major damage.
We're just blessed that our campus wasn't destroyed. We're serving as a place where Phil Campbell High School can finish their school year. We've gave them classroom space and access to all of our facilities so they can finish their year. We're trying to do whatever we can to make them as comfortable and feel at home as much as they can while they're here.
I think Phil Campbell High School is a strong school, or community strong. I think they're going to gather together and build back. But the funding will be an issue because, we're just broke. Our county is a broke system. So it will be devastating to us without monetary help.
I felt very ill-suited to do this at first, after I realized what it really entailed, because suddenly I've got to put on this very perky face, and everything is cheerful but serious, and everything is a certain tone, and everything is upbeat. I'm a pretty sarcastic guy. When you get to know me, I swear a lot. I've been unfriended by relatives. So Facebook was a minefield for me. You become the face of an organization of Phil Campbell's helping Phil Campbell. I had to do it, and I had to learn how to do it really fast.
Phil Campbell from Brooklyn was making some corporate solicitations for funds for Habitat for Humanity initiative to house a low-income family. So I happily volunteered to make some phone calls and see if we can get some donations. We're asking companies, Alabama companies specifically, to join us in celebrating a story. It's called I'm with Phil. Are you familiar with Phil Campbell, Alabama? Okay, all right, good.
Brooklyn Phil made contact with a very large corporation out in California, and he'd worked out a deal to where I was going to shoot a promotional video for this company about the I'm with Phil convention in exchange for a $25,000 donation made to my hometown. And we were very excited about this deal, and we thought that if we could get more coverage through media, that maybe we could get even more deals like that.
Well, we've come today trying to get this lot cleaned up for our hoedown. We've got to get it all clean so we're able to put our stage up. I've just invited everybody that wants to help.
My name is Philip Campbell from Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm here to help clean up a little bit. I'm with Alabama Pipes and Drums, and we're going to be coming up to play in June for the Phil Campbell Day, and I'm a drummer, and my wife is here. She's also a drummer.
We've collected about 400 or 500 cards and letters written mostly by children at the schools where I teach, and from their families and some of our friends. We collected Walmart gift cards.
Well, when I was a kid, my dad, who's also a Phil Campbell, showed me in the encyclopedia where Phil Campbell, Alabama was. And I thought, one of these days I'm going to come to this town. And then this year I got a note on Facebook, and I said, this is the year I'm coming. It would mean a lot to me, and since my father's passed away, I thought it would be a good tribute to him.
few days ahead of the actual hoedown. Needed to get there early because I knew that at that point I was fielding phone calls from the New York Times, from NPR, from ABC News, from NBC News, from the BBC. I knew that everybody wanted to do a media story about this, and things were going to happen really fast. Hey!
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, man. It's good to meet you.
This is Phil Campbell, New York.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
How you doing?
All right, how are you?
Doing good.
Hi, Phil Campbell.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Phil Campbell?
Yes, sir, from
Well,
New York.
I heard about you. Made it down today, I see.
Made it down today, a few days ahead of time. The other Phil Campbells are arriving. One more tomorrow, a couple more on Thursday, then the rest Friday, maybe 2 more Saturday.
Great.
And I was just trying to remember where the 95 convention was. We were right by the swimming pool, and there was it was underneath the pavilion, basically.
Right. Well,
yeah.
the pavilion ended up in the swimming pool.
Wow. That's crazy. So we just found out that the depot was gone, and that is historic Phil Campbell. There was the story behind the railroad depot was that in the 1880s, 1890s, there was an English railroad engineer by the name of Phil Campbell, Philip Campbell, actually with 2 L's, and he was just laying a railroad track through the area. And a local merchant approached him and said, "Hey man, if you put a railroad depot right here in this spot, we'll name the town that grows up around it after you." And so he did, and he moved on. And he never lived in Phil Campbell, but he left behind the legacy that, you know, inspired the name of the town, Phil Campbell. The piece of the history of the town is gone, and I just think that's really sad. So I arrived first. I believe Nottingham, Phil Campbell, having live streamed his way from Florida to Alabama, came in second.
Is this the town?
That's it, we're in Phil Campbell.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. I'm like just insane amount of damage.
The reason why I came to Phil Campbell was I wanted people who would have never met me, who don't know me, who see me as an outsider, to recognise the fact that, you know, I have travelled all this way because I want to show that I care about it. You know, I care about the small town, the medium-sized town, the big town, the cities. We're all humans on the same planet. We set up a website called imwithphil.com, and the idea is that people can go there and watch the video and find out a bit of information about it. We've also got a blog underneath where we're posting things about the update and where we're getting money from and sponsors and all that sort of communicative stuff that you would do. You know, I didn't quite know what I was walking into. I know that 40% has been badged around as the amount of town that was devastated. So it is interesting to me that people are getting on with their lives day to day. You know, it's sort of like supermarkets here, there's food, there's, you know, this tornado has cut this swathe across the town, but it's sort of done it in such a way where the town it's almost like it's cut straight through the centre of it, but like the town is just operating around it. And it's just amazing to me that people are just adapting, you know. It's amazing that human spirit are just getting on with it.
Pretty soon I got to meet Phil Campbell from Lafarge, Wisconsin, and he was a huge Green Bay Packers fan, and he was also kind of a big tough guy, so we kind of gave him this nickname, Big Phil. And he shared with me a really personal story about what he'd gone through and why he decided to come back to our town. And it was because of the story that I first really began to question the randomness of everything that had been going on because of this one name.
So did you know before you came down here that Phil Campbell, Alabama existed? Back in '95, Brooklyn Phil sent me a letter. It was kind of the last time that I'd got to go on kind of family vacation with Betsy. Oh, late summer of '96 then. I guess it started with her arm and leg kind of going numb on one side for periods of time. And when we had it checked out, it was brain cancer. And we had surgery on that. You start with the chemo for a few weeks and then some radiation. And we extended her life a year doing that, and then the tumor grew back and she passed away. Yeah. It was really kind of emotional when I drove in, and the memories that I had of Phil Campbell wasn't the same anymore. Finally went into the Piggly Wiggly parking lot and got in the back of the car to sleep till morning, and man, I just really couldn't sleep. It was just more than I ever dreamed was going to be destroyed.
Wisconsin Phil was in a van and was not going to check into a hotel. He was sleeping in his van and was committed to do this.
This is kind of the way with all the Phils. Once you meet one, friends for life. Phil just pulled out another key and told me to come and use the shower whenever I wanted to. And that's kind of the great thing about coming down here. All the friends and new people you meet. Have a good time.
Are you Phil too? He's Phil also.
Yeah.
Okay, I got something for you to sign.
Texas Phil just showed up.
Texas Phil.
Hey.
And I'm Lori, I'm not Phil.
Hey, sorry.
I'm with Phil,
From the beginning, I felt like this was going to be a media story, and that was going to be our strength, was a media story. But I didn't understand when the media really comes and they want something from you, they want your attention, and they want your help, and they want to get their story out.
It was just unbelievable at the media attention that Phil Campbell got. I never thought for 1 minute I'd be on national TV.
There is an American town with a kind of quirky name. It is called Phil Campbell.
Phil Campbell is the name of a town in Alabama decimated by a big twister. But of course, there are a lot of guys out there named Phil Campbell, and now the strangest thing has happened.
With the help of Phil Campbell, and Phil Campbell, and all the other Phil Campbells heading here from around the world, this is now an international relief effort.
Knowing that these people was wanting to still come to town, we had to have a festival. We had to make these people feel better.
For the first couple of days, it felt less like a real event for me than a meta event where we're just talking to the media about how concerned we were than any actual help we were providing. I mean, the calls just kept coming. And there were, after it was NPR and BBC and ABC and NBC clamoring for my attention, there were media outlets that I just ignored. So that was really surprising to learn that media does not necessarily equal money. Parade magazine, which was going to reach millions of people, we only raised about $500 for it. NPR ran an early story and ran the YouTube videos, like the audio of it. And I think I sensed something was up when after they played the audio of the Phil Campbell's expressing their support, we got one person on our Facebook page and she said, "What a great job you guys are doing," but didn't give any money.
As all these media stories were breaking about the Phil Campbell Convention, the major corporation out in California that had contacted Brooklyn Phil and I to make this promotional video for them, they decided that the story was now too popular for their needs. And the $25,000 donation that the town was going to get for the video just got taken off the table. And
before the tornado, they wanted to give us $11,000. They were going to give us, we were days away.
all this media that is supposed to be good for us is now killing us because we're overexposed and they just want to spotlight small little quirky little stories that nobody's heard of before. Throughout the planning, I'm just looking for as many things that I could glom onto to get attention for this event. Whatever worked, I would do. And so one option was this movie that was being made about me. I talked to Stephen Gyllenhaal, and when I was talking to him about the event, I'm like, can't we do a screening in Phil Campbell for the movie and maybe raise money? I thought, how many Hollywood premieres happen in this small Alabama town? Probably not many.
The movie's called Grassroots, and the projector setup ties in with the movie here. You know, we got a projector from a tornado. Got it set up. We got it taped. We got the phone book, so it's it's balanced right. We got it level.
My name is Phil Campbell, and Grant's running against Richard McIver and
Phil Campbell?
Afraid so.
Don't you write for The Stranger?
Wrote. Past tense.
Really? Why? You remember the Aaron Roberts shooting, right? This is the guy who dug up all that dirt on the Police Oversight Committee. And they fired you?
I could tell you about it, but then you might quote me.
Hey, Stephen.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing good. I just want to thank you very much for doing this for us.
Well, it's a pleasure. I think it's important. We should all be helping each other as much as we can. In this case, it's working to help, Phil Campbell, Alabama. In other cases, in other cities, in other towns, there are other issues. But the most important thing, and just seeing the people there tonight, is that we're all human beings trying to do the best we can. And when we try doing that, amazing things can happen. Amazing things can happen. And I wish that for that town now.
Well, I think we're cleaning up the park shoulder and stuff here and get that so they can haul it away. And I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody, and I imagine that's down the line in ways before they ever think about, trying to get the pool back up and running. I don't know what'll happen with that. But yeah, if we can clean up a little around here and get it so they can at least haul it out and see if we can help out do something.
Have you met any Green Bay Packer fans yet in town?
Not yet.
This morning we got up and a few more Phil Campbells arrived. We got a Glasgow Phil Campbell. We have Juneau, Alaska Phil Campbell's here. This is an area that is always going to, get some real bad weather, and so if the town feels as if there's a little spotlight on it for a minute and that people care about it, I think that's the main thing, because it's about hope and it's about spirits being lifted, and that keeps a town going.
I'm wearing a Phil Campbell, Alabama t-shirt. I bought it at one of the stores there on the main street in 1995 when I was here.
No, I found a publisher. I'm gonna get one of these. The other one. I'm not finding. You're an XL, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, we got one XL for Wisconsin.
Say, did you always know Phil was bound for greatness here?
I knew he was bound for something.
And possibly jail. Yeah. Right.
Well, I was worried about that for a while.
Did you think people from the town will have their picture made?
No, I did not think that at all. When we showed up, people knew we were already coming and excited. And it's just, I've never encountered anything like this.
What do you think about the Phils coming to town? What do you think about all this?
There's a lot of them.
Once the weather cleared a little bit, everybody went outside. We had our t-shirts on, we were all ready to go. I looked at it and I thought, this is still something just for the cameras. You know, make it nice until the county workers or whoever, the FEMA workers or whoever comes over with the big tools actually tears this thing apart and hauls it off. But Big Phil showed up. He went to his van, he got out like an electric saw, went right at it and started cutting things up.
They're doing a lot more than we kind of expected, to be honest with you. We're really proud that they made the trip up here, and you can see evidence of they care because they're out there laboring. You know, this is not something just for looks. They're doing physical labor.
I was getting sick of talking to the media at that point. I just wanted to work, and I think everybody just wanted to work. And Big Phil especially wanted to work. I couldn't have been happier for Big Phil to see him just get at it. You know, he needed that more than the rest of us, I think.
Got down here this afternoon, about 2 o'clock. Drove in, and it looks pretty bad. Drove downtown, and there didn't seem to be much of downtown left. Didn't have a frame of reference first time down here, but really bad. Well, I'll do anything that we need to do to give a hand to the residents of Phil Campbell. My wife and daughter are down in the Civic Center sorting supplies. So I'm glad to do anything to help. So look at that. I got my tetanus shot renewed before I came down. Yeah.
Well, it's pretty incredible to see. Driving through, you see a bunch of different areas that really got hit. It's tragic for the area.
I've been to all the conventions. I started in 95, 96, 97, and of course, I knew about the tornado, and I came over here right after the tornado and worked for a while.
Nottingham. Nottingham.
Nottingham, okay.
Like Robin Hood.
That's right. You have to say it with a southern accent,
Sorry.
I don't understand.
Nottingham.
Nottingham.
You just arrived?
Just arrived, yep. I'm another Phil. How you doing?
Where are you from?
I'm from Scotland, but I live in London.
Can we both get that down somehow?
Yeah.
You get my shoulders or something? Yeah. I don't know how we're going to do that. Take my weight? Yeah. Where do you want to go? Got it? Got it. Cat. Alright, bird, got a new home. You get this? Jumper! He didn't even look to see if anybody was there. He did not look.
I didn't look what?
You didn't look to see if it was clear.
There's nobody here.
All right, now look. I guess I'm okay. No, you're all right, baby.
I almost hurt myself running from you.
Oh, wait.
Be careful yourself.
Oh,
How close was that?
Close enough. Big Phil's dangerous. You got it. Big Phil is, he's too excited, man. Somebody needs to pull him back an inch or two, you know?
It's coming down. I'd like a step ladder that I could get up on top of the room with. I don't know if these guys would trust me throwing stuff down at them.
You know, I'm just super stoked that Phil Campbell's turned up and put the work in today. That's all I really wanted to do. Is I wanted people to know that I cared about the place, and I wanted to show that, you know, we can be from anywhere in the world and do something about it. So that's all I've got to really say today. This is all just gravy. You know, I'm looking forward to eating whatever they've got going on over there. All I can read is giant Polish sausage, and that's right up my street.
First time I heard about Phil Campbell, I was in high school. That was 1954, and I had dated a girl by the name of Florence, and I'm not sure how she
saw it, but she saw that Florence was near Phil Campbell, and she thought that was significant.
Whatever happened to Florence? The girl?
I married Bonnie.
Hey, you see I look like Kid Rock?
Yeah, I thought that was Kid Rock.
I'm Phil Campbell. I'm from Franklin, Tennessee. I brought my wife and my 2 girls. Hopefully we can raise quite a bit of money for the tornado victims.
My name is Phil Campbell and I'm from the town of Bowral in New South Wales, Australia. So for me, as a Phil Campbell in the town of Phil Campbell, it's great to be able to come here after this terrible event and do a little bit to help these people rebuild their lives.
You know, there's not a lot that we can do, just the few guys that are here, in order to rebuild this town. But one of the things we hope to be able to do is inspire others to come together and really pitch in, and together, you know, this place can be rebuilt. In fact, it can be bigger and better than it ever was to start with. So that's what we hope. We hope to be a catalyst. We hope to be something that's like an ignition point for Phil Campbell. Yeah. And Phil spends his time dealing with disasters and opera passes, so that kind of works the same thing.
It does.
Yeah.
You're more personal.
When I was listening to your message, you were saying that you lost at least one member of your congregation, a young boy. Is that right?
We had 4 members that were killed, and then we had 16 families that were completely they lost their homes completely.
So as a pastor, as a leader, how do you bring encouragement and comfort to people at that time?
Well, I've shared with them for years and years. There's a faith we say we have, and there's a faith we have.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, that faith's going to be called on.
So y'all also from Australia?
Yeah, we're from a place called Adelaide, so down the south.
And you didn't know these guys before this weekend?
Never did, no. So we're meeting everybody at the moment. It's great.
We've had a really rough time, and I couldn't ask for nobody in the world be no nicer than the people that came to help us.
And it just amazes me that they come all the way across the world just to come and be here with us to celebrate this day for us. And you know, all of them is want to hear the story. It doesn't matter. I know they probably heard the tornado story a million times, but they want to hear yours.
Yeah. Hey. Chattanooga Phil.
Oh, of course. You were wearing the hat.
I've known about the town since I was probably 6 or 7 years old, and always been fascinated. Wow, there's a town with my name.
Are you guys Phils?
We are indeed.
I'm also Phil Campbell.
Oh, you're right.
From Kentucky? Yes, Kentucky.
I heard you were coming, Phil.
Yes.
One of my classmates actually told me there's a Phil Campbell, Alabama, and I didn't believe him at first. I thought it was just a joke. In a parade, you throw candy at the people who are standing by the side. And I was like, I'm not cool with that idea, because I'm really clumsy when it comes to throwing stuff. And I just had this vision that I would throw hard candy at some child and blind the poor kid. So I thought, right, what can I do that's British? And I thought I could throw tea.
Y'all come on over a minute.
Disciplinary nature?
This is Mrs. Phil Campbell. That's right. That's my name today.
There's a Phyllis.
You got ID? Phyllis from Michigan came. She had read about it in Parade magazine, so she just got in her car when she was able to, when she was off work, and drove straight down from Michigan the way Big Phil did. Really happy to see her, you know, and she made our token Phyllis again. People were upbeat about things. I could tell there was a spirit in the town of we're going to rebuild, and everybody wanted something to celebrate. Just seeing everybody on the street and celebrating and being part of that was hilarious and fun and kind of poignant. Everybody treated us like rock stars when we were there. Photos were taken with everybody. People were just so friendly and so kind and so happy to see us. And it was just a fun thing. And then this kid asked me to sign his baseball.
Phil from Brooklyn, huh?
Yeah.
Phil Campbell, Brooklyn.
Are you in charge? You did a good job.
We're one on stage, apparently. Let's go. I'm Phil. I'm the real Phil. These guys are costumes.
We've got Phil Campbell from all over the world, and all of the Phils come up on stage so you can introduce yourself. And this is the man that put it together. This is Phil Campbell from Brooklyn, New York. Our buddy, we've been working on this for about a year. We're going to let each Phil Campbell introduce themselves. Well, of course, we know their names. But they might tell us where they're from. Just pass it down if you don't mind.
Hey, yo, I'm from Glasgow in Scotland. I'm from Nottingham, UK. G'day, I'm from Australia, Coffs Harbour.
Hi there, I'm from Glasgow in Scotland and now live in London in the UK.
Savannah, Georgia. G'day, from Barrel, Australia. From Austin, Texas.
Fayetteville, Georgia.
Hello, neighbors. Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
G'day, folks, from Adelaide, Australia. Palo Alto, California.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Juneau, Alaska.
Franklin, Tennessee.
I'm Phil from Michigan. My father was Phil Campbell, and I wish he could be.
Phil from Lafarge, Wisconsin. Phil Campbell from Birmingham, Alabama.
Phil Campbell from Springfield, Ohio.
All right, when I count the three. 1, 2, 3.
People of all persuasions have reached out and helped, so it's really a testimony to what unites us, being stronger than what divides us.
So glad to see you.
I had heard rumors last night that some couple from New Jersey had mailed in a check. Art confirmed it. He got a call from Habitat that the family mailed in a check for $5,000, putting us over our goal. We were a couple thousand short as of this morning. But yeah, we're over it. We got the one house.
Phil Campbell's going to be as well known as New York City.
By the end of it, we had raised about $42,000. And that was enough to build one Habitat for Humanity home, and as well as to give $2,000 in emergency relief for tornado victims. All of the Phil Campbells who went were moved by the experience. People that we interacted with in the town were happy to see us and glad that we came from all over the world to do this.
There's a larger purpose that we're a part of in trying to help a town rebuild and reclaim a sense of possibility for its future. That sense is alive and well in this town. We have not brought it here, but it's a real privilege to contribute to it.
To me, the real heroes of this weekend have not just been the Phils in this room for the money we've raised for the town, but the townsfolk themselves.
Appreciate it. Take care, man.
It's great to see other humans connecting with other humans, even though the chips are down. It's about just getting in there, getting on with it, and living, not existing every day.
I think we all have things that start off as ideas in our life and don't always come to fruition. And this was a bit of a whimsical one, a bit of a bucket list idea that, hey, who knows if we'll get there, but to see it transform over these months from something that was feeling light of heart to something that's been life-changing has been fantastic to see.
Maybe it was that fresh southern air or the southern hospitality or just the clear thinking that eased my mind about everything that had happened.
I just want to say that Big Phil's meant a lot to me here. He's you know, he told me he's a big Packers fan, and I wanted to give him my Lambeau Field hat that I got when I went to Appleton, Wisconsin in I think 2008 on a church building trip, and I got this hat there at Lambeau Field, and I want to give this to Big Phil so he has something to remember me by coming over to town.
Well, Andrew, it's all been heartfelt, and you guys have just been overwhelming to me. But
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Heard a town of my name, and I crossed o'er the sea. All my oceans are blame, but wash me clean, and I know we'll be okay, 'cause that's how it goes. No matter what I say, just keep dancing in my shoes, and there's a war in my soul. Been there since the day I was born, and it's tempered and it's tired and confused with the tornado blues.
Now it's about the town and what happens in the town, and I hope that the reverberations of that weekend are going to be felt for years to come.
I hope it doesn't die down, you know. I hope they can keep going and trying to raise money for the town. I mean, you just don't know.
Just keep on in my life, keep on dancing in my shoes, and there's a war in my soul. Been there since the day I was born, and it's tempered and it's tired and confused with the tornado blues.
A name is something that someone else gives you. You have no control over it, yet it can have a profound impact on your entire life. The Phil Campbells of the world were presented with a unique opportunity to do some real good, and many of them chose to embrace it. Perhaps not just because it was the right thing to do, but maybe because it's what they were meant to do.
Everything is wrong, everything is wrong, it's alright. Everything is wrong, everything is wrong, it's alright. When everything is wrong, when everything is wrong, it's alright. Everything is wrong, when everything is wrong, it's alright.
This virtual community became a real community. The stunt became something meaningful. Sort of reaffirmed my values about pitching in and helping out and being a part of the community.
And it's tempered and it's tired and confused with the tornado blues.
I just want to thank everybody for coming to Phil Campbell, and thank you for putting a little joy in this town. The people really needed it. And I mean that from my heart.
I'm Justin Thomas, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Judy, and I'm with Phil.
Hi, I'm Bruce the Wood Doc, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Kristen Campbell, and I'm with Phil Campbell, Alabama.
Hi, we're the Graydons.
And we're with Phil.
I'm Judge James Moore, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Lynn Landers, and I'm with Phil.
We're the Kohlers.
And we're with Phil.
I'm Gary Preston, and I'm with Phil.
This is Abigail Oliver, and I'm Jay Oliver, Phil Campbell class of 1992, and we're with Phil.
I'm Phil Campbell, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Jane Campbell Price, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Doug Blazer, and I'm with Phil.
Hey, we're Janice and Billy Eubanks from Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm with Phil. I'm with Bill.
I'm Dan Reno from Missouri, and I'm with Phil.
Hey, my name is Chris, and I'm with Phil.
Hi, we're from Jackson, Missouri, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Mark Tucker, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Christy Grissom Girding, and I'm with Phil. Go Bobcats!
I'm Dakota Nichols, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Kelman, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Stephanie Ladora Barton, and I'm with Phil.
I'm David Hayden, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Dean Peterson, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Sylvan Gerlach, and we're with Phil.
My name's Alan Pierce, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Owen McGuire, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Jennifer Davis Rash, and I'm with Phil.
I'm Dr. Ruby Dale Peak Cummings Nicholson. I was born in Phil Campbell, went to school in Phil Campbell from the 1st grade through the 12th grade. And I'm Sherry Cummings Johnson, and I grew up in Phil Campbell. And we're mother and daughter, and we're with Phil. Yeah.
Hey, we're still with Phil.